Scothy. It's been a few days. Just been kind of busy, kind of tired. Yeah. Just gearing up for the end of the holidays, getting ready to start TAFE again next week, and just trying to get stuff done, really. Um, so this week has been one of those weeks where, yeah, one of my pet hates is when, you go and you make an appointment for something, and then the appointment is either late. Usually it's late, like you make an appointment, you're sitting there for like an hour, 2 hours past the time that you booked it for. It's like, why did I bother booking it? But I've had the opposite happen this week. On two occasions now, we've had people who've said, "Oh, we're gonna come on this day, we're gonna do this." All right, cool. It's cool. It's all right. And then then on both occasions they've both showed up like a whole day early with no warning at all, and kind of frustrating because, yeah, it's just like, well, I was expecting you at a different point. Um, but yeah. So it looks like we're getting a gas bayonet for our place, which means we'll be able to get a gas heater, which means winter won't be so bad. And the other one was they were coming to check the fence where it had been kicked in. So today I had a meeting with my OT, and we did all of the measurements and stuff like that for a wheelchair. So that process has started. The next step, when they get back to me, is to test some wheelchairs. So this is for a powered wheelchair. So this is for a powered wheelchair, and then that way, once I have a powered wheelchair, I can get around on my own, and I don't have to rely on other people, and it will be good. I will like that. But that was painful because the first part of it was having to lay on this board, and because I've got a curve in the bottom of my spine, like in my lower back, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I don't ever lay on my back because it freaking hurts. And having a giant ask doesn't really help that matter at all. But I had to lay there for about 20 minutes, and then they had to test like the movement range in my legs and my knees and stuff, which is like, alright, I'm already in mass amounts of pain because I'm having to lay on my back. And then they're, lifting my leg up and pushing my knee up and all sorts of stuff, and it was painful. Then they did the measurements part, and they had some trouble, like finding my hips, finding my scapula, which is like sort of at the bottom of the shoulder blade. Yeah, they just had some trouble with all that sort of stuff. And it was just like a lot of, like prodding in to find stuff, and it's just really painful, especially on my back because it was already sore. And then there's something else that really. What else was it? Because it was the lower back. Oh, I found out I have two curves in my spine, and one of them is a slight twist. So that's kind of interesting and kind of annoying that doctors miss that one. But apparently I have one at the top of my spine as well, that my neck curves a bit more than it should, and that one of my shoulders sits higher up than the other one because my spine's sort of twisted around this way a bit. So now I need to keep an eye on that too. So I didn't know that. So yeah, that's not great. But all the measurements and stuff are done, so now I just wait for their call, and I'll have a wheelchair soon, hopefully. So tomorrow I have first aid, which will be interesting because I have not been able to get a hold of them to talk to them about the whole wheelchair thing. So I still don't know if they're going to pass me or not. So I'm kind of pissed about that. Like, I've been leaving messages and trying to get through to them for like the last week. And yeah, just they don't return calls, they don't answer the phone, they just, it's freaking, it is really, really hard to get a hold of people, and it pisses me off because I need to get a hold of people. So let me just grab the thingy. I got book mail today. Really? It's just a lid. Like, I'm one of those people that gets like the empty biscuit tins, like the metal ones, and I put other stuff in them. So I've got one that's got like paint, and it's sitting behind me over here on my bedside table at the moment. I was having a look. That is still really red where it didn't scratch me. But yeah, had to have it. Had to have it. So that arrived today. So I will read it. It has pictures in it. I like Corey Taylor, obviously. Yeah, this arrived today, and Felicia Day's book is out in a couple weeks, so I'll have that one soon too. What else? That's about it, book-wise anyway. I haven't been stitching a whole bunch. Still not quite there with getting my stitchy bug back. I finished Lady of Shalott, and as you can see, I've started the next frame. I'm now regretting, like, because I decided what I'm going to do is, like, these top ones, which you can't really see very well, they have a little bit of variation in them, but not a whole lot. And then this yellow one has a bit more variation. And then this lavender one had a bit more variation. And then this one has more. This one has even more. So I'm just going to keep progressing in variation. So this one is Clown by Publishers. The other ones I'm going to use, Pacific Sunshine by Dinky Dyes. I'm going to use Hebel by Fibelicious. I'm going to use, what's this one? Vintage Rose by Fibelicious. And Strawberry Truffles by Fibelicious. So, still sort of keeping them in the same sort of colours and stuff. I didn't want to go too crazy. Although, I don't know, part of me is thinking I might even restitch some of these, or just restitch the whole project, and just use all the really crazy hand-dyed flosses. But yes, Lady of Shalott is done. So I'm going to work on the frames, because if I leave the frames, I'm going to keep, when the next one comes out, I'm going to be like, oh, maybe I should do it in this one, and it's just, yeah. Yes, and that's about it. I'm going to do some stitching, might do a bit of gaming. I've been playing lots of Heroes of the Storm lately, not so much WoW. Yeah. People on Facebook. I should stop looking at Facebook. Yes, so not very much exciting things happening. Really, nothing exciting happening. Still waiting for my 123 stitch order to show up. I still haven't had any updates since the 3rd, so it's now been 12 days with no updates. If I haven't heard anything by Friday, I've been told to contact 123 Stitch about it, because, yeah. Hopefully it arrives before then. I would really like it to. I hate to think that it's, because it was a big order. Someone sent me a text message. Hey, it's Guppy, and it's like, about 7 o'clock at night. I had my first aid course today, and I managed to pass it. For the CPR thing, I had to get down on the ground, though. And I kind of did it really awkwardly, and you can see my wrist is like really red. It's really swollen and really sore. I've got a problem with my ligament there. I tore it a couple of years ago, and it just hasn't really healed properly. So it seems like I've just re-aggravated it, so it's really sore. But it's done. I passed. I did it. seriously like the most frustrating thing. But I came home to mail, so yeah, but it just took forever. Like, we started at 9 o'clock this morning and hadn't slept. And yeah, it went until 5. So these are just 2 little canvases. I have an idea that I want to try. So yes, and then I have my 1, 2, 3 stitch order. This is my birthday present from Andrew. So yes. But yeah, I was getting like worried about this because I hadn't seen any updates or anything on it. It was just like, where the hell is it? Where is it going? Ow, I've got to stick my fingers. Yeah, so I was kind of hoping it would just sort of show up on my doorstep. And it did. So, cardboard. I'll clean my room up later. I'm gonna lay down after I do this because I am exhausted. Like, I'm seriously just tired as shit. Okay, that's everything. So that is the receipt. So this is mostly flosses, not gonna lie. A giant pack of flosses, just because there were a couple of projects that I'm missing colours and stuff for, so I just grabbed a whole bunch. So that is all floss. So I've got some winding to do. Then I got some more scissors. I like these little folding ones. Yeah, the pair I've got, I had 2 pairs and I gave 1 pair to Andrew, and the pair that I have is starting to go blunt, and all my attempts to sharpen it have failed. And I got one of these pendant cutters as well, because when we go to Brisbane later in the year, you can take these on a plane, whereas you can't take scissors. So, I got myself another Q-snap. So this is an 11 by 11, just because I really like stitching with them. I got wings and things by Ink Circles. Ooh, you get those 2. Yeah, so that's skulls and spiderwebs and stuff. And I got the Bat Banner by Alessandra Adelaide. That one's for the stitch along. Like, I bought that one specifically for the stitch along. I already have a piece of fabric for it, I just gotta pick floss. And I got a Spirited Mandala by Ink Circles. Is that all? Did I really get that many bits of floss that it came to that much? Yes, I really did get that many bits of floss. Yeah. Okay. But this was my big thing. This was my big thing that I've got to spoil myself. I was going to add some more little things, but Dimensions Gold Collection Fall Fairy. There's a woodland enchantress that goes in this series too that I will also want, but this, I've been eyeing this thing off for so long, and now I have it. So I have to finish some other stuff before I start it, but yeah. Oh no, this one's got beads, and it's got half stitches, and yeah, it's on 16 count grey cotton Aida, which is fine because it's full coverage, so it doesn't matter. And all the threads are pre-sorted, so I don't have to worry about that either. But yeah, apart from that, I've just been doing little bits of stitching, doing little bits of gaming, and just, yeah. I start TAFE back next week, so I'm trying to regulate my sleeping, which not working. And I'm about to go lay down now and try and sleep for a bit because I'm just wiped. Like, I'm ridiculously wiped. But yes, also just really sore. Like, So I had the wheelchair appointment yesterday, and that killed. That I'm still really sore from that. So then having to get down on the ground to do CPR and stuff today, as I was trying to get out of the chair onto the ground, because I can get down to the ground using something from standing, but it hurts so much. So I thought, hey, I'll just go from the chair down to the ground. And I kind of stuffed it up and I fell on my wrist. So that's how I've done that. But then just having to sit on my knees. And the guy had some padding. The guy had some padding that I could use and stuff. It still killed. And I felt so nauseous afterwards, but it's done. So I'm qualified now for first aid. And yeah, that'll do me for 3 years. So in 3 years' time, we'll see whether I can do it again or whether it may not be an option. So, but yes, I'm gonna go lay down because I'm sleepy. Very sleepy. Yes.